What's up, fanboys and fangirls? Welcome back to another episode of the What the Fanboy Show. Welcome back, Tyler.
Yo.
How's it going?
What it do?
Anything exciting happen on your sabbatical?
Some slightly eventful things, I suppose.
Where have you been?
My second child was born, so that was really cool.
What?
My daughter, Adley, was born on the 31st, so I took last week off. Kind of help around the house as Dana's still recovering. But I'm here, I'm back. Everybody's doing really good. Sleeping well, already getting 4-hour stretches, so can't ask for much, you know?
That's awesome.
You sent us some meme on Instagram, and I saw the time it was like 3:42, and I was like, he was up taking care of the baby.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
sorry. Because, I don't think about it. Because, I'm doing stuff, and then I get on my phone. Because I try to stay awake while Dana's, feeding her. Mm-hmm. Just,
Moral support.
Yeah. And so I'll, get on my phone, and I send things, and I don't think about it. And I'm like, oh, crap, I hope I don't wake anybody up.
No, I got do not disturb on.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, even if I didn't have to, that phone could be ringing, and I wouldn't wake up. So.
Okay. But, yeah, no. So that was really the reason I've been gone. It's been awesome so far.
Congratulations, my friend.
Thank you. It's really fun to watch Bryn be a big sister.
Why do you?
So, but yeah, no, I'm happy to be back. We'll see how Dana does tonight. She's a little nervous, but I think she'll be okay.
Hey, you can always just bail.
Yeah.
Just don't have your phone on do not disturb.
Yeah, no, if I need to, I will.
That's definitely true. All right. Well, let's dive right on into it. We've got a few things to talk about. First and foremost, though, there are a few new trailers came out this week. Luke, I think, has kind of been the master of the trailers over there.
The master.
Yeah, it's kind of your segment now. I think is what I'm deciding. Just in this moment.
I'll take it.
What do we got?
Only 3.
My daughter is still awake and jumping.
Sounds like my upstairs neighbors.
Jumping off of the bed upstairs, so.
Nice. Live dangerously.
First one I got is Pain Hustlers. This is a Netflix original. I actually don't know what it's about. It's about drugs. Pharmaceutical drugs.
Looks like it's faking
maybe big pharma.
Yeah.
I don't know. Stars Chris Evans and Emily Blunt. So I'll watch it because Emily Blunt's in it.
Yeah, they'll have good chemistry. I think you can.
You know what? You say that.
But
ever since
Wanted? No. What was it called? The one Ghosted.
it was also Chris Evans.
Ghosted?
Ghosted. With Ana de Armas. I don't trust these. We've got a girl and a guy.
Yep.
It's gonna be good chemistry type things like that.
See, I didn't watch Ghosted, so
Single-handedly ruined it.
No chemistry in that movie.
See,
It might have been some of the worst chemistry ever put on screen.
I don't know how it.
And I thought Chris Evans was kind of one of those chemistry-proof actors because I think everybody in Hollywood kind of loves him.
You know what? Maybe that was even part of the problem.
Could be.
He doesn't play anybody different than any other generic character. His character didn't have a personality. Yeah. And I'm worried this is going to be the same thing.
Yeah.
And
it looks
absolutely, I agree.
It looks like a different backdrop for another Wolf of Wall Street type of movie.
Yeah.
To me.
Oh, yeah.
Looks like discount Wolf of Wall Street.
but I mean, it's Emily Blunt, so I have to watch it.
Yeah,
Luke is obligated.
Yeah. It's a requirement.
So when I eventually review it and it's a Matthew McConaughey, because it's not good, but Emily Blunt is in it, I just need y'all to remember that and remind me and to reset the wires in my brain. Yeah.
I get it.
Nice.
The next one I have is The Bike Riders. Stars Austin Butler, Jodie Comer, and Tom Hardy. Part of a biker gang in the 60s. Looks like an Oscar, more of a high-end Oscar movie.
Yeah.
I'm excited for this one. I think it looks like it will have some really great performances in it.
I have to agree. I think this looks awesome. Yeah. Actually, it's not the kind of movie we were kind of joking about it that we would get a ton of love for here, with this audience, but it does look good.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. It was one I hadn't even heard of, and then you guys were talking about it, and you started watching. I was like, oh, and I just kind of A little closer, a little closer, a little closer. Like,
Yeah.
it's like, all right.
All of a sudden, I'm all in on this.
It also draws in your ear because Tom Hardy doing another weird voice.
Dude, Tom Hardy and accents, man. He's gonna chew them up.
I ride my bike out here, just I ride my bike with no handlebars.
Benny, I need you. Why do you sound like that, dude?
Wait, what?
You're way too big and rough and tough looking to sound that way. But
I wonder if it's because he's not American, so he has to like do a weird accent to hide his.
yeah. Well, and
British
we've seen him in
accent.
other movies where he tries to have different accents and he struggles.
And Rory has something over his face.
Yep. Not in this one.
Am I a Bane or a fighter pilot?
That's all he can play. But yeah, no, I think this looks like a good movie.
The last one I have is Monarch: Legacy of Monsters. This is the Godzilla TV show on Apple TV Plus. Gotta say, I was pretty impressed with the trailer.
Agreed.
Like, I know like Brett only likes the first movie. At least you might think the other arts are fun, but they're not really good.
Yeah.
But like visually, all those movies are really cool.
Yeah.
And
Oh, yeah. for
I
sure.
saw no drop off. At least in the trailer, they could be hiding stuff.
Obviously. I think this, like, Dana watched this trailer with me and she was like, so what do I need to watch that? Because it looks good. And I was like, it does look good. It looks more akin to the Godzilla movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
It looks more of like that.
Yep.
And I was like, 2014 Godzilla, and you'll probably be fine because this is kind of set in the past.
Yeah.
I think it looks awesome. I'm really looking forward to it. Apple has really not missed a whole lot. So whoever's greenlighting things over there, they're doing a good job, and they obviously felt like this was worth investing in. So
Yeah. They
love the casting choice.
have plenty of budget for it, but not their actors. But
Well, they can't pay actors or
that's
Yeah.
too
writers.
That's
but-
too far.
But
That's too far.
CGI artists, this one time we can actually pay them.
Until they go on strike.
Well, they're already formed a union. The studios, I guess, that Marvel uses, unionized.
Yeah. Good.
So, it's coming.
Because they constantly get dunked on for
Yeah.
having
Right.
2 days to work on a giant CG project.
Right. But yeah, no, I thought Monarch looks.
I was
Awesome.
even really excited to like see John Goodman.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I forgot about his character and I was like, oh yeah, he's kind of crazy in that.
Yeah, so I guess Kong Skull Island would be one to
Yeah.
watch if you want to understand
That's
a little
true.
more about like
Yeah. Where this kind of fits.
Just watch them all. They're all fun. It's giant monsters.
It's true. Where Wyatt Russell's character fits is probably the Skull Island side of things, and where
Mhm.
Kurt Russell fits is the Godzilla side of things, which
Yeah.
is cool.
That is awesome too.
Yeah.
Because we're in the age of de-aged actors, and they just said, no, just cast the father and son.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
And it helps that they're both good actors.
Yeah.
You know, like why we kind of Luke and I gush about Wyatt Russell every now and again.
Yeah.
He's good, man.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad he's in something a little different too.
Agreed.
I know we hate the whole casting everybody as a superhero, but he'd be a great Oliver Queen in my opinion.
Ooh.
Oliver.
I know everybody wants what's his nuts, Charlie
Hunnam?
Hunnam, but I think Wyatt Russell would be a better choice.
I'm fine with whoever. Emily Blunt.
Hair color's there.
Yeah.
Wyatt and Emily. Oliver. Dinah.
She's too old. No offense to her, but.
Make it work. But yeah,
Sure.
no.
Oh, I wouldn't say no, but.
Surely they could. Okay, well, we don't have a new movie. We didn't all rush out to go see The Nun 2 for whatever reason. I can't imagine
You know,
what
I was,
that
in,
would
I
be.
was in line buying my ticket, and then something just came up.
They're only 3 years apart in age.
Really?
Wyatt and Emily, yeah.
All right.
They're probably both too old.
So I think instead of like reviewing a movie this week, let's look ahead at the fall release schedule and talk about some of the films we're
Dune?
excited about. Dune is sadly not on the list anymore.
I know our pizza bet has to get kicked out. I'm really bummed. I'm actually going to delete it.
So you aren't sad when you read it?
Yeah, every time I look at it, I even wrote void after. Like, why did it just delete it? Dude? What are you doing?
Just use the cross-out function in documents.
So
Sadness.
it's been a couple weeks since we've talked about a new movie. There have been some that have come out, like we mentioned, The Nun 2, among other things. That smaller films that we just haven't gotten around to, either because there's a new child in our lives, or there's a new child in our lives in the form of a video game.
Hey, I can relate to that.
Luke and I have been putting some time to Starfield. So,
As have I.
and I do want Tyler to hear your thoughts a little later on Starfield. But let's get through this first. Even this week, there's a movie that I wasn't expecting to be all that anticipated.
You weren't
Excited?
I wasn't excited about it. And mostly because I didn't know about it. And then the trailer caught me by surprise, and that is A Haunting in Venice.
Yeah,
This
even I
is-
kind of want to see
this
The
is
that.
one of
reviews
those,
are
like,
good too.
Okay, let's go. This is Kenneth Branagh's third
I know.
installment as the
It's got good
79 on Rotten Tomatoes right now.
It's almost like if you don't just chalk a movie full of every A-list celebrity you can find, maybe you can do something good. Weird.
and
Weird how that
lean into
works.
genre.
Yeah, and it still has a good cast.
Yeah.
It's just not all the best actors or biggest actors you
Don't
can
tell
find
Steven
right
Soderbergh
now.
But that's one that I'm pretty excited about. Next up in September,
Dumb Money looks funny.
Dumb Money. I think that's also this weekend.
Mostly
that.
because
Is that the GameStop movie?
Paul Dano.
of Paul Dano doing comedy, which I
Yeah.
think is just so weird, but kind of interested.
Yeah, I think that has a good shot at being kind of a
goofy little
like a
fun movie.
Yeah.
Man, they put that together
Yeah,
fast.
it happened real quick.
yeah. Real quick, back to A Haunting in Venice over in the chat. Baroque says Tina Fey seems like a really random cast for that kind of movie. I'm trying to remember what I've seen her in that she's done some
Mean
more
Girls.
serious work. But I've
Serious.
been. I think
Isn't she in
Tina
Interstellar?
Fey's a pretty
Tina
good
Fey?
actress. We're just
Who am I
used to
mixing her up
seeing
with
her
right now?
in kind of a typecast role.
Anne Hathaway. I don't know why I mixed those up. Just now.
Those are two very different.
They're very different, yeah.
And Hathaway's been in a lot of very serious dramas.
Yeah. I don't know why I mixed them up.
Tina Fey is Amy Poehler's best friend.
Gross. I don't
That's
like.
a weird
I
to respond
don't,
with.
I don't like.
Awful. No,
What's your nuts?
I'm just looking down here at the list, and to be fair, she hasn't been in much that is not comedy. She was really good in Date Night. I liked Date Night. Still comedy, but maybe not the kind of SNL-esque.
Mhm.
Not quite. I mean, it's Date Night still.
That was a good movie.
Carell and her. So, but yeah. It'll be interesting to see how she does. I think we've talked at length previously about how comedy and horror can overlap so easily.
Mm-hmm.
Their DNA is so similar, and so my guess is that she probably understands the genre better than we think she does.
Mm-hmm.
But September 29th, The Creator. This is like the big sci-fi one of the fall now that I'm
Did you
like
see
hyped
the
for.
marketing at the NFL games this weekend?
No.
In LA, they had some of like the AI things sitting in the stands
Oh, with the
Cool.
little
with the weird
With the
orb
weird head
things. Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, look. Say what
the
you want
Palmer
about
smile.
Tenet, but like John David Washington
He's good.
is good, and
Mhm.
and I'm super excited to see what he brings to this. Like, it feels like a real emotional
Thing.
sci-fi, almost like Children of Men meets Elysium,
Mm-hmm.
and those are just seems like a recipe that I am into.
See,
That is creepy.
Imagine being the person sitting behind.
Behind them.
You're like, what? Dude, LA is so weird.
All 12 Charger fans there are like, I'm here to watch a football game.
Tyler, a movie we talked about last week that you didn't get a chance to was the Taylor Swift Eras Tour. Are you going to be first in line to go see the Eras Tour in theaters?
Can I create enemies here?
Yes.
Dude, I think Taylor Swift is such an overrated person, just in general.
Oh.
I feel like you can make that a little hotter of a take. Like, just go after it, man. Put some feeling behind your words.
Take her songwriters away from her and tell me she's still good. I don't think she's. I don't think she can write her own music.
A little bad blood in between you guys, I guess.
I guess so.
Baby, now we got bad blood. Oh, we
Listen,
will get copyright.
I don't totally disagree with him, because I also think her best song is the one that's half Kendrick Lamar. So, I mean, but you know what? It's not for us.
Yeah,
We're not the target audience, right?
Yeah.
Over in the chat, Game Lord Master
Puts on a
says,
good show, I guess.
#, Team Joe Jonas.
Oh, jeez.
I'd take Taylor Swift over Joe Jonas.
I think he's talking about the divorce thing.
What?
Joe Jonas and What's Her Nuts are getting divorced.
Wait, is
Game of Thrones chick?
So is she
Sophie Turner?
Is he dating Taylor Swift now?
No.
How is this relevant to this conversation?
I have no clue.
Nick, you're confusing me.
Am I supposed to be surprised that a young celebrity couple is not working out? Because I'm not.
Whoa.
It's like 1 out of 25.
Never seen this before.
Oh, no way. Like, I'm sad for him. It's always sad when a marriage has to split, but like also it's like so commonplace now in Hollywood. It's just like I don't know how to empathize with that.
Yeah.
So
I don't know how much of those relationships are. I'm not here to doubt anyone's relationship.
Are we just gonna turn into a gossip podcast now?
How much of these are like?
Okay, going back to the Taylor Swift thing, is she's scared off a bunch of movies.
She has. Yeah,
like
we had the
4 movies move their dates.
Exorcist movie.
Scarier than The Exorcist, probably.
It's true.
Which are
I'm
know
not gonna
Tyler's
go see
not
it.
going to go see it, and I don't think Luke's going to go see it. So none of us are probably going to see it, but
unless it comes out to like rave reviews, I'm definitely not watching. If it comes out and it's like 95% plus on Rotten Tomatoes,
Are we talking about Exorcist?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought we were still talking about Taylor Swift. I'm like, I don't think this is gonna be reviewed.
No, I'm
it's
not
a
going
live
to that.
performance.
Yeah, I'm not going to that.
The review's already happened.
Well, then later in October we get Killers of the Flower Moon.
Yes.
Bang.
I will be
let's go.
seeing that one
Absolutely.
on Apple. Unless it gets a theatrical.
It's getting theatrical.
Are we getting it?
Oh, I don't know if we're getting it theatrical. That's true. I think.
Also, it's like 3.5
Look,
hours long, and I don't know that I want to leave Dana for that long. She might kill
that's
me.
fair. That's
when does
fair.
it come out?
October 20th.
That was plenty of time. Right.
It's a month and a half almost.
Dude, 2 kids is hard.
Baby's gonna be walking by then.
I hope, dude, that would be sick.
Bryn will be able to babysit by
I would be
then. It's
rich
fine.
if I. If
Your
I
other
had a kid
kid's
that
gonna
walked
start
fast.
having to babysit.
That's right. That's right.
Be like, I got this, mom and dad. You go. You
About
go
time she
out.
earns
I'll
her
watch the
keep.
baby.
I know that like it takes place in Oklahoma, but I feel like a general Midwest, like not releasing that in theaters in the Midwest, like the general Midwest, would be a huge miss.
Yeah, right. Considering it's based in Oklahoma.
They did the whole thing where it's like we actually went to Oklahoma. We filmed it in Oklahoma. We hired local actors and like they made such a big deal about it. To not like release it in theaters there, I think would be such a shame. And so fingers crossed that.
Gilchrist read the book,
That happens.
and he was like, "It's really good, dude."
Yeah, my mom read the book and she's in love with it. She's like very excited for
Gilchrist
the movie.
was like pretty high on it. So
Yeah. Couple of things I don't think anyone here is terribly
this one.
excited about. Okay, yeah, we talked about the trailer for The Killer last week.
Excited.
Confused.
Bad trailer.
Did not like the trailer, but it is Michael Fassbender and
It's
like,
kind of. It's also like
David Fincher.
in
Like
David
he
Fincher we
doesn't
trust.
miss.
Yeah,
does
I-
he?
like,
So,
I-
like
I didn't
can't
even.
be that bad.
I didn't watch the trailer. I just saw Fincher's next thing, and I was
Yeah.
like, "That's all I need. I don't need to watch anything."
I'll tell you this: if it is bad, I'll be even more disappointed because this is what we're getting.
I know.
Instead of Mindhunter.
Yes.
Yeah.
For the same company. It's Netflix movie.
It is
Yeah.
a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, man. Do you see there's a giant petition now for Mindhunter and
Well, they should, oh my gosh. They should make it.
Zach Wilson throwing dimes to the wrong team.
So we do also, if you're not aware, if this is the first time you're listening to this podcast, we record these on Monday nights, and these two hooligans almost always watch Monday Night Football.
On this podcast, we talk movies, we talk video games, we talk gossip, and we watch football.
That's right. You can be a fan of all those things.
You can. That is 100% true.
We trash talk Taylor Swift while trash talking Zach Wilson.
Efron.
Yeah, F you, Zac Efron.
Oh, man.
Oh, who would have thought that the train wreck would happen when you're here, Tyler?
Me.
Fair enough.
It's football season, dude. All bets are off. All bets are off.
Early in November, we get the Marvels. This is looking to be... I just feel like the vibe of... Not the Marvels, but Marvel in general. Marvel movies right now just kind of seems like meh.
I'm really curious.
And this kind of feels like it's going to continue down that same line.
I'm less curious about the movie in itself because I think it looks fine. I'm more curious about it's kind of the same thing. If it's bad, so if it's another kind of what are we doing movie? Like, how are people gonna react? Because like I feel like Guardians doesn't count because it's so out of place from the MCU.
It
I was
really
gonna say
does,
Guardians
yeah.
feels like a totally separate thing.
What was the last great MCU movie? Was it Shang-Chi? Because I honestly can't remember.
Not counting Guardians?
I mean,
Right? Not counting Guardians.
people love Spider-Man.
Did it come after Shang-Chi?
Surely it did.
I think No Way Home was after Shang-Chi.
Okay.
I think it was that, then it was Shang-Chi, No Way Home, and then I think it was Ant-Man.
Doctor Strange?
Oh.
This is going all the way back to Phase 4, so... we know Doctor Strange ain't the best. I know some people probably like it, but it's sitting at...
Yeah, so
Shang-Chi,
there was
then it was Eternals.
Eternals, and then No Way Home, Multiverse of Madness, Love and Thunder, Wakanda Forever,
I forgot about
Quantumania, Guardians 3, The Marvels, and then the next one after The Marvels is Deadpool 3 in May. If that's gotta get
Everything's
pushed.
gonna get
It's
pushed.
gonna get pushed.
Unless they learn how to pay employees, I guess.
Whoa!
You never know.
We don't have to pay employees. I don't.
Maybe
we
I'm
don't
just...
get paid. Hey, look, we don't get paid, and we show up here every week.
We have no money.
We're not owned by Netflix or Disney.
I assume Spotify,
This is a volunteer position.
I assume Spotify's making money off us somehow. So
Good for them.
Well,
we're part of the problem.
Logan makes 0.1% off per...
Oof, play.
It's like 1,000th of a cent or something
Yeah.
per listen. And that's music. I don't know if podcasts are
I
different.
know. Well, unless you're Joe Rogan.
And we probably...
Or you have ad packages through the
Let's not
freaking
Let's not compare ourselves to Joe Rogan.
Well, no, that's what I'm saying. Like, Joe Rogan does not make money the way normal podcasters do.
Oh, yeah.
He has a special... You can make money as a podcaster. You just have to be that good.
He's like DMT sponsorships or whatever. Yeah.
Anyways,
How much would 20
one that I want to throw out
Spotify
there
listeners get?
is the Holdovers. We talked about this trailer like 4 or 5 weeks ago, maybe, but it's Paul Giamatti.
It's the kids who stay over like winter break
At
their
the college.
their school. Yeah.
Was I here?
You may have been actually no. You may have been gone when that trailer came out.
Yeah.
It's an interesting trailer. It's different for him.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like for what he's been doing recently, at least.
It's got some like
Yeah. What did we compare it to?
what's the Robin Williams Dead Poet Society? It's got some of
Yes.
that vibe. 1970s, so it's a period piece.
And it definitely, like, all the marketing or the trailer, like, fonts and things that are used, the typefaces, it's very much we want to recapture this genre of film that hasn't been done in a while.
Yep.
So, yeah, it looks like it'll be fun.
Yep, agreed.
You can kind of tell what it is, like, when you watch it. You're I know what this movie is, and I'm okay with that.
Yep. Those need to exist, I think. November 17th, right? Oh, no, that's like a week before Thanksgiving, I think.
Yep.
The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. This is the prequel to the Hunger Games franchise. So, I'm not terribly excited about this, but I know, Luke, you enjoyed the Hunger Games. I mean, I remember when we talked about this trailer specifically, you were like, "Oh yeah, this got me kind of excited."
I think the trailers are good for this.
I'm excited.
Yeah,
but
are you sure?
I'd also feel like I'd rather just watch the Hunger Games movies than I don't know. I think it looks okay.
Yeah, I think the trailers have been pretty good.
I'm glad it's actually based on a book.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not just
for
like,
sure.
They're not just like, we're gonna make one.
Lionsgate needs money.
Yep.
Spin-off.
Make a Hunger Games spinoff.
Yeah. And I haven't read that book. But here's what all I keep thinking about though with this movie is Ready Player 2. That book was written to be a movie, and that's it. Like that's the only reason. Like Ready Player 2 is a huge kind of letdown from Ready Player 1. I've not read The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I want to, but
it was written after the Hunger Game franchise was already
like long
being
over, right?
Turned into movies, and so clearly it was probably written with
this
the
book
idea
came out
that
like
this
last
would
year.
be, oh shoot, that really?
Yes.
Oh man, I thought it was longer than that.
No. This book came out like last year.
That's so definitely with the idea then like this is probably at the same time as it's being written as a novel, it's being like ported into a movie, into a script format. So
yeah, let me look up when it came out. Oh no, sorry. What? It apparently came out in 2020.
Dude, so the last 3 years don't matter. I mean, they do matter. I can't remember them.
Time is a mess, dude.
Time is insane.
You know, if it comes out mid-COVID, it's kind of all the same year.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, it came out further back than I thought.
2020 to 2022 and a half.
Yeah.
It's
a 1 year.
Yeah.
I'm actually
Either way.
only 29.
Yes.
I'm kind of interested in that movie.
Yeah.
I'll say it. I think the cast is good.
No.
Peter Dinklage, Viola Davis.
It's good cast.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about the cast. I'm worried about what they're given.
The same dude that played Flickerman.
Yeah, I could have done with less him, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't need him to reprise his own role.
He'll be less eccentric. It'll be his dad.
Yeah, something like that. The next one I want to talk about is Next Goal Wins. This is from Taika Waititi.
I'm excited for this one.
He and Michael Fassbender. We also in the Killer, which we talked about. But it's about a.
Is that the next big Barbenheimer? You watch The Killer and then watch Next Goal Wins.
Back to back, baby. So how much Fassbender can you take?
You watched The Killer and you're like, oh my gosh, I hate Michael Fassbender in this movie. He's a horrible person. And then you watch Next Goal Wins and you're like, okay, I kind of like him again. This is heartwarming.
So yeah, this is a
sports movie.
A sports movie, yeah.
It's about the New Zealand soccer
team. I think it's American Samoa.
You're right. Yes.
Yeah, trying to get to the World Cup, and I'm not sure he's it's one of those things. We know what it's going to be, right? Like he's not a great coach. They're not a great team. But they're gonna make each other great.
He might be an alcoholic.
It's gonna be.
I feel like the coach is always an alcoholic.
It's gonna be great. Over in the chat, I want to throw out this one. Maybe is this a movie, Nick?
Aquaman.
Oh, I don't know what this is. Next Kill Wins.
I think he's
just the sequel.
I think he's just riffing.
I
don't really know what's going on.
Oh, it's the Barbenheimer title. Next Kill Wins.
Oh, got it.
Love it. Okay. Nick's more on top of things than I am.
Not a bad title for a movie, though, or a story.
You know what?
Next Kill Wins.
I legit was like,
It could be
is this a movie
a,
that I haven't heard of?
It sounds like it belongs in the world of Guns Akimbo. It's like, hey, now we're all going against each other. Next Kill Wins. Blah, blah, blah. Now Daniel Radcliffe is the guy who's actually running.
Dude, did you see whatever he's doing now? He's like super jacked.
Yeah.
He looks awesome.
It's got
Wolverine?
all those.
No.
It's got all those. Wolverine theories spinning up. So, November 22nd, Napoleon. I am a huge Ridley Scott fan, and
weird trailer, interesting movie though.
Yeah, I mean it is kind of a weird trailer.
We got rock music. We're doing all the weird stuff.
Marketing is weird these days. I think marketing just
kind of
does
hope it's not in the actual
things to get people's attention. Is my guess. I have no idea. But yeah, a historical epic biopic from Ridley Scott. I'm in.
He has a pretty good track record of those.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Baroque's hype for Napoleon is immeasurable.
Is this the prequel to Napoleon Dynamite?
Napoleon Dynamite.
Logical next step.
I think so.
You've met
I think
Dynamite, figure out how he... Or you've met Napoleon, figure out how he became Dynamite.
In this bloody tale.
Yes.
What is it?
Heck
I know
yes.
I'm very sure.
The movie ends with him just being like,
Gosh. Idiot. I'm gonna have to watch that movie again.
I think a film that's kind of flying under the general public's radar right now, but has been big over in, at least at the Venice Film Festival, is Maestro.
Yep.
Bradley Cooper and Carey Mulligan. It's about the life of Leonard Bernstein, a composer and conductor, and going to be a drama that will probably be up for some Oscar noms.
Yeah,
Definitely looks and feels like an Oscar bait movie. So of course I'm hyped about it. I mean,
listen.
Oscar bait, sign me up.
I like how over the past 2 years now I'm getting a movie about classical composers. Like we got Tar last year, which was awesome. You guys should watch.
Yeah, I know I should.
Now I'm getting Maestro. It's like this year, unofficial trilogy. Let's go. Maybe I'll just throw Amadeus into that. That could be the first one. Great film.
Yep. There's one that I don't even know if we've talked about it.
Aquaman?
No. Very different than Aquaman.
Is that still coming out this year?
There's a film.
March?
It's definitely coming out. They're not putting any money into that.
Oh yeah.
They've given up on it.
Yeah, for sure. There's a film coming out called Zone of Interest.
Sounds like a Paul Greengrass movie.
It's about a
Starring Matt Damon?
No. So it's about a family that lives like on the outskirts of Auschwitz. And I think it's supposed to be pretty dark and intense. And it's not one that's gotten it's not kind of in the public. People aren't talking about it, but it's one that I'm I'm just curious about, I guess, more than maybe hyped or excited for. I always appreciate films that really make me think. So that seems like it's going to be one that...
Oh, it's an A24 movie, too.
Yeah, makes you think. I think next will be Luke's most anticipated movie of the year, and that is... Since Dune moved.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's Wonka.
I thought you were going to say something else, but yeah, totally.
I'm really
Obviously,
curious.
this is the only movie I care about over the next several months.
I'm really curious to see how this film performs. Not even I think critically it'll probably be fine. But I think just because it has Timothée Chalamet in it, and it's got some big names, Hugh Grant's also in it, Olivia Colman. I think it has it has probably expectations that are too high for it. Like Paddington movies don't break the bank. They're not making $1 billion on something like that. And so I'm just curious to what the expectations are for this and what it'll actually do. I'm hoping that it's kind of pleasantly charming and kind of cute, and that's all it needs to be. But
it needs to be good.
And it needs to be good. I mean, it should be, right? Like, it should be good. Will it be? Nobody knows.
I think the only thing that could really draw me in to see it is Rowan Atkinson. I think he has a tiny part in the trailer. He probably has a tiny part in the movie. But I watched the trailer and I hate it so much. I don't want to watch a Jim Carrey impersonation and it be advertised as a Gene Wilder impression, because they're not at all the same. And then it gets to the end with Hugh Grant in the glass bottle, and I'm just like, this looks bad.
I'm looking forward to it.
No. Over in the chat, Baroque says that A24 has The Iron Claw coming in December, and I'm really excited about it. This is a true story of the Von Erich
this
brothers.
is the movie with Zac Efron.
Yeah.
All juiced up on the
and the
roids.
dude from The Bear.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Jeremy Allen White.
Yep.
Yep.
They're juiced to the gills, baby. Just steroids galore in this movie. Have you seen the pictures of Efron for this?
Yeah.
He looks disgusting.
Unhealthy.
Yeah, he has an interesting look.
Him and
now.
his jaw spacers, dude.
Oof. Yeah.
I mean, he looks...
Dang.
Just think.
That boy be on something.
From East High all the way to...
God.
What?
Are we sure
Why does it look...
Are we sure he's
weird?
not
What?
He-Man?
What do you mean?
Is he in a He-Man movie? Because that looks like...
Why does what look weird?
His face.
Because he has jaw spacers. That's what I was talking about. He had plastic surgery. He's gotten like a real bad accident.
Oh, I didn't know
When he was filming that thing down in Australia.
Yeah.
He like almost died. He'd have plastic surgery to get his face kind of...
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I feel bad for making fun of him earlier.
Yeah.
Why didn't you tell me that?
Wow.
I said he has jaw spacers.
Before! At the beginning of the show, and I was like, F you, Zac Efron.
I said it...
You don't.
Okay.
You can't expect Luke to know
Yeah.
what jaw
It was-
spacers are.
It was 30 minutes ago.
For all Luke knows, that's the same thing that Marlon Brando put in to make the mouse do the thing for the Godfather. This is the jaw spacers.
Why do you sound like Bane?
Or a pilot.
Or a fighter pilot, yeah.
No one knows. No one knows which one. Back to superhero movies. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom. We're getting the trailer for this tomorrow. But we got a brief teaser today. The teaser looks insane, and that's, I think, what I was expecting, so
It looks more of like what Aquaman was.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Like nothing in it made me go, ooh, and nothing in it made me go, This was like, okay.
It made $1 billion,
yeah.
and therefore, why stray too far from the
formula
recipe? Yeah, like you don't. It'll probably be a fun one to go see in IMAX, and then we may be like, pay your CGI artists more. Because the
first one looked really
No,
good.
Or we'll be like, pay your writers.
Yeah.
We'll both. Pay everyone a little more. Yeah. Just in time for Christmas, we have The Color Purple. We talked about this trailer like 3 or 4 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So I guess we're kind of getting into winter now, but we'll just go. We're here at the end.
Winter
of the year.
doesn't start till December 21st.
Fair enough.
Let's be frank.
Fair enough. So, but we'll round out the year. Ferrari comes out also right at the end of December.
Excited for that one.
Adam Driver.
Are you not gonna actually talk about the world's most anticipated movie though?
I was leaving it for you, my man.
Sexy Star Wars.
Rebel Moon.
Rebel Moon.
Wait, that's
I don't remember.
No,
when
it's
it
October,
drops.
isn't it?
I think it's December.
Oh, you're right. It is December. Yeah. Oh no, yeah.
Star Wars.
No one's
with
actually
boobs, blood, and
anticipate for that.
language.
I can't believe I forgot that the actual most
December
anticipated movie.
22nd. Yeah.
The new Paw Patrol, Mighty Patrol movie.
Dude, Mighty Patrol. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really anticipating your review.
Dude, I think I'm gonna take Bryn to it.
Dude, let's go together.
I think I'm gonna take a day off and go see it.
That'd be fun. All of us together.
I don't know if Bryn will make it through the movie, but
they might have the sensory.
The cry room.
No, it's like they leave the lights kind of on and they turn down the volume for kids.
I think Bryn would be fine with the audio. I just more think she'll get bored. Be like, I want to go play.
20 minutes in.
Just bring a Paw Patrol toy so that she can whee!
It'll probably 20 minutes in,
Chase
she'll be bored and you'll be like, man, what is going to happen? Come on, Chase, get back on the case.
She knows all their names. She's got them down. She even corrects me sometimes.
Oh,
because I don't know their names.
I
kind of do, but not all of them. I mix some of them up.
Chase.
Yeah. Marshall.
Just wait.
Sure.
Just
Rubble,
wait till she starts.
Zuma, Sky, Rocky.
Now you're just making up words.
Liberty. It's from the first movie.
Yep.
I read the book.
The Dachshund.
Liberty.
Is that all of them?
What's the snow one? Everest.
Yeah, good call. And then, of course, Ryder.
Ryder, yeah. What's the recycle? The green.
That's Rocky.
Oscar.
That's
Rocky.
Yeah, that's Rocky. Yeah. And Zuma's the orange one with the anchors.
The water
guy, yeah.
Yeah. See, we know him.
Yeah, we got this.
I'm so proud of you guys.
So sometimes we'll play the Paw Patrol game with Bryn.
Oh, yeah.
He loves it.
Claire went from playing the Paw Patrol game last year to watching me play Starfield, so...
She'll be killing pirates before it's all said and done.
We mostly just jump around on the moon. It's fine. We find a low gravity place. And
all right, Claire, now go into the building and kill all the pirates. Throw a grenade, close the door.
Don't look at the blood splatter.
You can destroy their ship, or you can board them and kill them and make it personal. No.
Yeah, exactly.
Make sure you kill people in low gravity so they very slowly fall over. It's like one of my favorite things.
Or do an explosion next to them.
And
so they just...
It's like home run.
Before we get into some news, maybe Tyler, you want to give us some impressions of Starfield? Luke and I got to share ours last week, and we maybe had some additional thoughts. But I'm curious what your first, 15, 20, how many hours have you put in there?
Somewhere around that 20-hour mark, I think. I'm level 20.
Okay.
Not that it's like an hour per level. Sometimes it's in bunches. Sometimes I play for 3 hours and don't level up at all. Like, it depends what I'm doing, right?
Yep.
But just like some very quick bullet point impressions. I love the amount of stories in this game that are actually interesting.
Yeah.
Like side quests and things don't feel monotonous, or like I got completely derailed by early on in the game doing the Vanguard storyline, which was really good. And I've since peeled off of it because I was like, man, I really gotta get back on this main story. But like you get so caught up in the characters within these little side stories, and I think it's really cool. And then like some of the random stuff you come across, like I was out by Paradiso and ran into this ship, and they were like people who left Earth 200 years ago and just never made it to their destination until now, and all these things. And I'm just like, this is so cool. The depth of the lore and kind of just the thought that goes into the religions of the game, the factions of the games, I think it's just so well done. That's a main story spoiler, so I can't talk about it. But some of the stuff they do with parts of the story are so impressive to me. We can talk about that offline. Resource gathering and planet surveying is just super relaxing. Like, I kind of enjoy just walking around and scanning stuff. Like, I've leveled up my...
Speaking my language.
Like, I've leveled up my surveying skill because it's just fun to do. Like, I just walk around, I'm like, boop. Don't attack me, animal.
Run away.
I, like, try to sneak up and scan them without them attacking me because, you know, there's predators, there's prey, and then there's, like... Scavengers. And, like, the predators always attack me, so I was trying to be sneaky. Like, got it.
Have you encountered, like, a herd of animals or anything yet?
Yes, I have. It was scary. And the first place I went, I went with Barrett, and we walk out of this planet, and there's like a herd of these big dinosaur-looking things. And I like walked out, and I was like, "Oh, these are really cool." And Barrett just starts blasting, just boom, boom, boom. I'm like,
So
"What is
I
happening?"
start blasting,
And like they all started like attacking me, and I was like, "What?"
and you immediately benched him back to the ship.
Yeah,
Yes, I
surveying
never
with,
took him with me again.
Surveying with any companion
Is not
a
smart.
great idea
Yeah,
unless
yeah.
you're wanting to hunt.
Yeah, no, it
You
was.
want to slaughter everything in your path.
It was.
I
Terrifying.
don't have that problem. I've only
Oh.
ever taken Sarah or Andreja with me, but
Sarah doesn't like to shoot stuff. So.
Barrett and Sam got stuck on the ship
Yeah.
immediately.
So yeah, I really enjoy the resource and planet surveying stuff. I think it's a lot of fun. I think combat is much improved compared to previous Bethesda games. To me, it's a lot more engaging. It's a lot more fun. I never really was a huge fan of the VAT system in Fallout, so I'm glad there's nothing like that. I like
No, it's weird.
the gunplay more.
Yeah.
When I first started playing, I kept hitting our right bumper or left
For
bumper
VATs?
for VATs
Yeah.
because I was like, it's a Bethesda game, and I just played Fallout 4 a little bit just to like
Can I get back into Bethesda
feel
mode?
it out. Yeah.
Mhm.
So like I was in one of my first engagements, and I was just like, push. I just kept putting on my
Your
scanner. I was
scanner.
just like, you're an idiot. Started blasting.
Yeah, no. So that's really cool. And honestly, one of the things that I've never really grown to expect from Bethesda games, like they've had set pieces in the past, but I feel like the set pieces in this are just better done. And part of that is it's new and tech's better and their graphic engine's better and they can do a little bit more. So I like the set pieces that I've gotten to see, even within side quests. Like we were kind of talking at church about like New Atlantis, and I was like, "Yeah, mine's destroyed," and you guys were like, "What?"
What?
And I was like, "Yeah, mine's like it's been destroyed." Funny enough, it's been fixed now, so that's cool.
Yeah, that happened in a split second for me.
Oh,
Where it got fixed because mine was destroyed too, and then I walked to my ship or into a store and interacted with somebody, walked back out, and the giant gate they had made to keep people out was gone, and everything was back to normal. So it's like, oh.
Yeah, my giant gate. Mine, very vaguely, I will state, my New Atlantis was attacked by aliens, and not like the story aliens, like different things. It was kind of cool.
I don't know if I would have said that, but okay.
Could be fine. What those aliens are, you have to find out.
Neither of you know what's going on. Actually, you both do now. But.
And then I guess things for improvement. I think gun variety could be a little bit better. Is one of my. It's not like a huge problem, but I think it could be a little better. And then I think the onboarding process at the beginning of the game for space travel. Like obviously I figured it out and I'm fine with it now, but like at the beginning I didn't really know how to navigate the map for it, and I was kind of frustrating. But once you figure it out, it's fine.
Just their onboarding is a one text box.
Yeah, it's not much at all ever, and it's like that for everything that they do. So,
and a lot of times you accidentally just skip through it. There is a help section if you ever are like, how the heck do I do this? There's just a long list of stuff.
Not like entirely user friendly, but it is there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, I've really enjoyed my time with it. I think it's a ton of fun, and it's kind of one of those games that all I do is think about playing it when I'm not playing it.
Yep.
Which is always fun to come across.
I'm closing in on 40 hours now. Level 32, I think.
Who'd have thunk?
No, what's crazy is I have 25 more hours and I'm 7 levels under you.
Yeah. I've done a lot more of the main story missions. Yeah. So I mean, they're obviously, I think the game encourages you to play however you want. If you're looking for like progression, surveying isn't gonna make you progress as fast as doing quests
not at all.
and things like that.
I just like watching the alien bugs dance.
Absolutely.
And I was just like, I think I should run.
Trying to mate with you, dude.
The thing that I've
Hold on,
figured
I'm
out is he saying yes to the dress?
Whoa.
This game, what amazes me is how going in I thought I was gonna play one way. Like, it's a space game, it's an RPG, you really can kind of play it more or less however you want. And I had this idea of playing it this one way, and about 10 hours in, I like slowly felt, and this is probably just my personality, right? Like I'm a blue, I'm a Labrador, I'm like a golden retriever kind of personality. I was like, I care too much about my companions to be just this a-hole space pirate. so I gotta care like that. So then I'm like, and it made me care about those people. I also think, having gone a little more into the story than you, I'm actually really impressed with the story. There's a couple missions that I just played that I am like, I can't wait for you guys to get to.
Yeah, I get caught up in the main story quite a bit where I'm like, I gotta keep playing it. And then, like, but there's all this other stuff. I have to remind myself, like, I will get to do the other stuff, whether I do the main story now or later.
Yeah.
So I just kind of whatever I'm feeling when I get on, that's what I do.
Yeah.
Like right now I'm doing main story stuff.
I have been off the main story for so long now. I got caught up in the Crimson Fleet, UC Sistef side quest. And I can't call it a side quest because in itself it's a game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It took me the entire week to kind of get through it. So like, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours until Saturday when I finished it. And
when you say the Crimson Fleet, like what angle of that are you playing?
so the way it started for me was I forgot I had contraband on my ship.
Oh, okay.
I got caught, and it was just like, crap. I'm going to have to pay 15,000 credits or whatever to get out of jail, and it'll be fine. But I got taken to a UC giant battleship, and they're like, we want you to go undercover with the Crimson Fleet.
That's so cool. Because I have that quest, but through a different avenue.
Did you get it through, like, the Crimson Fleet or something?
Nope, I got it through the Vanguard.
Okay.
They asked me to go undercover.
See,
because I'm wondering, like, because
I've not done it, but
yeah, see, and
from
like,
my
they asked me,
angle-
and I was just like,
I just haven't done it yet.
I said yes, but I haven't done it either. I was just
for
getting
like
good.
my angle of the story, I stuck as the undercover cop.
Uh-huh.
I'm playing super heroic. I'm a good person.
Mm-hmm.
I try to not kill people whenever I can, and so I was like, okay, I'm gonna help out the cops to stop the evil pirates, and eventually made it through that. And I just want to be like, can I start this quest from the Crimson Fleet side and like invade the UC people? Like, I'm just curious. Eventually, when I get to New Game Plus, like, can I just
to play
do it
it
again?
different the second time.
Especially
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the way it all ends is just bananas. And it was a lot of fun, and I got a lot of money for beating that.
Nice.
I don't know, like, what your
Anything-
guys'
anything
cred is
pirate
right now.
related, you get a ton of money. I feel like.
Well, how much money do I have?
Yeah.
Like 50.
I was sitting at around 600,000.
Nice.
And that's when I was like, we're building a ship from scratch because we can afford it now.
Is that when you got Bongo?
Yeah, that's when I built the tri-bubble bongo from Phantom Menace. Let's go! And I'm still like, I think I'm just under 500,000 now. I have
Yeah.
so much money. It's so awesome.
Go buy a house.
I have a couple of places. I've earned stuff. Because,
Yeah.
like, even the current quest even I just did was... Maybe you've spent a lot of time at Neon, so maybe you've gotten to this one. Have you gotten the quest to apply for a job at Ryujin?
Yeah.
I did that from New Atlantis. I applied at a terminal.
At a little kiosk. Yeah.
I just have to go do my interview. Not done that yet.
There's a couple interview ones. I've done another one too, both on Neon. The Ryujin one was awesome.
That's one of the little animated
I
shorts
won't
they put
won't
out.
say like where it all goes to, but you're essentially a fixer for them. So like you playing evidence, and
Oh, that's awesome.
what the animated short was.
And I would say, how do you?
I'm heroic. So
how do you even do that?
So when I break in, I am scum saving the heck out of it because I am not shooting anybody. And by the time you get to the end of it, it was hard. It was legit really hard, and I spent. Let's see. It was the only thing I even did Sunday. I started that quest, and then around 6 o'clock, I was like, man, I'm getting kind of hungry. And that final mission I was on, I finally beat around 10:30, and I was like, I've got to eat something.
I think that's what's so cool about it is you get so caught up in like a quest line or like a character arc for one of your companions, and you just keep playing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like I have to figure out, like I got to get to the end of this bottle, right? Like I have to the end of the tunnel, figure out what this is. It's just so well done.
It's really hard to tell people how to play the game.
Yeah.
Everybody because plays it it's like play the game how you want to, but at the same time, people, I don't think they quite comprehend role playing game.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
It's like my character, I picked a role. I'm loyal good, unless the party attacks. I'm gonna join with the party.
Yeah.
Because that's what makes
out of
D&D fun. Like okay, we're in this. I don't have to like it, but I'm here.
Yeah, at a certain point, it's
But,
out of your control too.
I see people like talking about the game. They're like, it didn't wow me. I didn't think it was fun, and it's like they're just kind of clicking through the options. They're like, oh, this is a funny little dialogue thing. It has nothing to do with a role they
like
picked.
playing your character.
It definitely helps if you embrace that.
Mm-hmm. So eventually, in a year when I start a new character, we're going bad, baby, and it's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, I'm really excited
I'm gonna hit
about
the attack option every time.
changing how I play. And especially I think the first time special because you don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
But there's gonna be things like what you talked about with the Crimson Fleet quest line. Is there a way I can get into that differently?
It's like, can I just be a pirate?
Right, like
I'm just taking down the UFC, taking down a whole government.
Or locations change over time, like we talked about with New Atlantis being has the possibility of being wrecked. Like I'm gonna go back now. I've actually spent more time looking around New Atlantis after it was destroyed in my game for a reason, and I want to go back, and there were places I didn't explore that are now that are closed off, and I'm like, was that closed off before? I don't know. I can't know until I go start again.
Dude, I until today maybe I hadn't ever been to the well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
My church is down there, so I went down there pretty quick.
My
church.
Yeah, I hadn't.
My church is tithe box.
Yeah, I hadn't been there. I was like,
your
oh,
church
this is cool.
Are atheists?
Yeah. The Enlightenment.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's so boring. I should have chosen the serpent people. That would have been but it would have kind of clashed.
Or whatever.
But
yeah, because they're like all about crazy stuff.
Yeah, they're
talking about things like that though, like alliances and like religious preference. Like you don't think about it making a big deal, but like the character that I have a relationship with is of a different religion than me. And it comes up in our conversation, and it's like heartbreaking to me. I'm just like, can I convert for you? I'm sorry. This shouldn't cause you pain.
You can go leave your church.
Yeah, you can leave your church.
I talked to my guy right at the beginning and was like, should I just do this now?
Yeah, I put the raised universal thing on, and I was like, I don't really know what this means.
But
and then as I've played through the story, I've learned a little bit about it. I'm like,
you're the same as Mateo.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
they give me my little outfit, and I was like, I'm not wearing that.
Yeah, the outfit is super dumb because I did the same. But like certain quest lines, like if there is something about religion in it, or you're talking to certain characters, it'll give you unique dialogue.
Yep.
And that's actually helped me in some cases.
I got some of those in Aquila City too, because I put that's where I was like from or whatever.
Yep.
And it was cool. Like you get to the city there, and some things are happening, and like you have different dialogue options that you wouldn't have if you didn't choose that background. And I'm like, man, this is just so.
I have
so cool.
Did either of you choose empath?
No.
That's where my dialogue options come from mainly.
Nice.
I can have other characters answer for me and stuff.
Yep.
I had that option when I was doing some of the stuff with the Universal group because I could be like, Mateo, this is all you.
Yeah.
And like have him do everything instead of me doing it. I didn't do it.
Well,
I
there's
didn't know how it
sometimes
worked, and I
where
wanted
it's
to get story.
unprompted. If you have a companion with you,
They'll just talk, yeah.
answer, and you're like, well, oh, what if I had a different companion or no companion?
Right.
It's super impressive, the depth there, and I just to kind of echo your guys' sentiment, like if you're just playing it to rush through the story, I think you're gonna miss out on a lot. Yeah. I think there's a good story there. I've enjoyed what I've gotten, but it's made so much better by the relationships and the little unique stories I've made along the way.
Yep.
So
yeah, there's a lot of times where I'll be doing a main story thing and then I'll be close on another quest line. I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna go do that for a little while, and like, or I'm gonna go survey this planet now because I'm here and I don't know if I'll ever come back, or like, you just kind of do stuff and it makes it really fun.
Yep. And something that I really like about the side stories too, and I didn't know this was gonna be a thing. I didn't even finish it. It was like along the way, I unlocked one of the bottom tiers on the skill tree.
Oh, like
in
all
the
the way
quest.
down?
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
Oh. That's interesting.
I can upgrade it.
I haven't had that happen.
Yeah. So,
Super
and
cool.
I won't use it. It's also kind of the reason. It was part of the Ryujin. It's part of the reason it was so hard. Gosh, that quest was so hard. And what am I?
Awful good.
Bad at video games.
Oh.
Definitely not where I thought you were going with that.
Yeah, didn't either.
The last thing I would just add is I've seen a lot, and I'm not trying to like be a Starfield defender, but this I think just comes down to preference for me.
Yeah.
I've seen a lot of people complain about like the planets and how like, you only go do what you need to do there and then you leave, or you can look around for a little while, things like that. I prefer that over playing Fallout 4 where I'm just walking aimlessly across the wasteland forever to get from point to point. I like the drop in, drop out feel of it.
Yeah.
I think it's really nice. I think it makes the game feel, we're talking about slow down, enjoy the game, but it makes the game feel faster. Like part of Fallout's issues for me have always just kind of been the pacing of it.
Sorry.
Well, and it gives you choice, right?
Yeah.
So like,
I can spend as much time on a planet as I want.
if you want to take it slow,
Yep.
go for it. Walk around all you want. If you want to like move on to the next thing, or not even go to a plane, go up into space, fly around, and go find some pirates to shoot.
Yeah.
Go find someone in need of help.
I think the thing too, like, is it gives you variety in environment. Like, Fallout is drab gray wasteland the whole time you play it.
Mm-hmm.
Starfield, if I get to a planet I don't like, guess what? I just fly off.
Yeah.
If I don't like the way it looks, or if it's just not something that I really want to spend any time on, I can just leave.
Yeah.
Fallout, I'm stuck where I am, and like it's just so nice to me. It's just such a good change.
Yep. Agreed. Okay. Well, that's lots more Starfield thoughts.
Have you been to Earth yet?
Yeah.
Like gone and explored?
Uh-huh.
I haven't been to Earth yet, no.
Dude, Earth sucks. And like in the most story reason possible. It's just like completely dead.
Have you learned how or why it's that way?
I don't know if I learned how, but somebody just said like the atmosphere blew up and went
there's
away.
a whole story quest, like main story quest thing, and that's the one I'm really excited for you guys to go to.
I found books, and one of them was Oliver Twist, and one of them was something about Egypt, and it was like
Oliver Twist sends you to like London.
Yeah, send me to London, and I have another quest to go to Egypt.
Yep.
So I got the story of Earth through the Vanguard quest line.
I'm gonna go take a picture with the pyramids.
So when you do, and this is not a spoiler. This is actually talked about prior to the game coming out. There's in the Vanguard quest line, you actually get to go to a museum, and you get like the entire story of why we are where we are today.
The one on Titan?
Museum?
No, it's in
New Atlantis.
New Atlantis.
Oh,
and then you get to go on like a flight simulator and all this stuff. It's kind of cool. But yeah, like the museum kind of gives you the big overarching story of like how everything came to be and who these factions are and who are the major players and all that. It's really cool. I spent a lot of time in there.
Still need to find the American flag on the moon, or the landing
site.
zone on the moon.
The other thing, sorry, I have to. In the museum, this is something that's really cool. It's a minor detail. It doesn't hurt anything. But one of the things you do as you go through there is there's like these little buttons you can interact with. You can choose to just run through there, or you can choose to interact with each button and listen to the story and learn more about the settled systems. And when you go through and you hit all the buttons, or if you don't, when you go to do like your sign in for joining the Vanguard, they reward you like, oh, you pay attention to detail. Thank you for actually paying attention to all this. And I was like, that's really cool. Like, and if you don't run through it, they'll be like, oh, this guy doesn't pay attention. And like, it changes the way that your commander like reacts to you. This is so cool.
There are absolutely quests that like test you on if you
paid attention to what you're doing.
To stuff.
Yeah. I did one today that was that way.
It's like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah.
Right.
I had a quest where I had to like steal a key card, and it was based on a name. And I didn't realize that I was given a name.
Oh.
Like they're like, hey, this is the person's uniform that you stole.
Mm-hmm.
Had no idea. So I just used my own initials, and they just happened to be the right ones.
Oh no!
Oh my gosh!
No, it's really just.
I was lucky.
It's seriously so good. I like it a lot. I can't wait to play more.
Yep. So something else that has, we neglected to talk about it last week, but I want to talk about it. Make sure we bring up Ahsoka, because we don't have a dedicated TV talk series this time.
Yeah, I'm caught up now too.
Best Star Wars character.
So we can talk about kind of episodes 2, 3, and 4.
Mm-hmm.
And it's awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
Dude, it's so good. Oh my gosh. I'm so excited for the episode tomorrow.
Yeah, that was gonna get to that in news. They're showing the 5th episode in select movie theaters. Like, that's really cool.
What the heck?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, not here.
Yeah, Regal and Wichita didn't get it, but Regal was the one who was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Wichita didn't get it.
Darn it.
Sorry,
Yeah.
Luke.
But no, this show is awesome, and Dana's been watching it with me, which has been really cool. She likes it so much that she went and watched episode 1 the other night.
Oh,
and I was
wow.
like, that's the one you chose? But
Dude, episode 3 was really good, but episode 4 was freaking awesome.
I'm talking about Star Wars episode 1, not rewatching Ahsoka. Like, went and watched the prequel
The
movie.
Phantom Menace.
Yeah, the Phantom Menace.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, it's got the dual lightsaber. Like,
Yeah,
that
but she went
vibe.
back and watched it, and she's like, I like Star Wars a lot. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty great. And I think Ahsoka does a good job of reminding us why we like Star Wars.
I think it's doing a really good job of balancing a lot of what makes classic Star Wars have this special place in our heart, but also try to do something. I think it has an advantage. It tries to do something new, but it gets to play with characters that some of us already know.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a feeling you all will like dogpile on me here in a second, but Ahsoka
Is the best Star Wars character.
is an awesome Star Wars character, but she's struggling with a lot of those same issues that even Luke was struggling with in the Force Awakens and The Last Jedi.
Mm-hmm.
Of like, I gave up on Anakin. I gave up on Sabine. That self-doubt. But they're not leaning into it so hard that it's abrasive.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I think with what like Ryan did in The Last Jedi was obviously abrasive. Maybe to a fault. So
Somebody clip that.
don't. It was perfect. I wouldn't have had him change it. But that is just going to. I'm saying that to say that I really appreciate what Dave Filoni and the team over at Lucasfilm are doing with Ahsoka, which is not just doing nostalgia stuff.
Mm-hmm.
and they're not taking the easy way out of like, our heroes are all perfect. Our heroes are flawed. Even when they've aged, they have doubts, they have struggles. In episode 4, I love the decision that Sabine makes.
Mm-hmm.
That is such a, like, honestly, it's such an Ahsoka thing, right? Like, she thinks she can save her friend.
Mm-hmm.
And she's willing to take that risk.
Well, I think it's just interesting, especially when you've watched all of Clone Wars and Rebels. Like, that's what Anakin essentially trained her to do. And she probably did it without realizing it when she's training Sabine and leading her in a rebellion. She trained her the exact same way.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was really happy when she made that decision. It was awesome.
Yeah.
And it was an interesting decision, which was nice.
Yeah.
Definitely went against what I expected it to be.
I also
nice.
loved the decision that they made with Marok.
Mm-hmm.
Just
Yeah.
beautiful. Such an amazing character. Loved it. It just made me so happy.
Good lightsaber duels in this one.
Yeah.
We get lots of them.
Yep.
Extended fight scenes.
I really liked the one with Balin and Ahsoka.
Mm-hmm.
I know some
Yeah.
people were like, she has 2 lightsabers, why would she not use 2? It's like, well, I don't know about you, but whenever I had a lightsaber duel in Jedi Survivor, I always put away all my lightsabers and used 1 because it's easier. That was just me.
I think of it as like she knows based on who she's in combat with what's going to give her the best opportunity.
Yeah.
Right?
And even like, I was like
he's big and strong. She's got to be able to focus on being strong,
like
too.
defending
Yeah.
against those kind of heavy attacks.
Right.
And,
Like she can't just be quick and nimble because
yeah.
like I don't know. I just think it makes sense.
Yeah, and I felt like I was seeing a lot of the iconic "we're about to fight" poses
mm-hmm.
from old Star Wars duels, and it was like, oh, they're going through the stances or whatever. It's like,
Yeah.
this is a lightsaber duel, but they're kind of trying to outwit each other. I thought that was so cool. I think Balin is awesome.
Agreed.
I also just like the way he blocks bolts. Just it's like just has a little box that he moves his arms around.
Yep.
It's like a robot.
He's not like, because I think a lot of times we think of like, you have to like, while you're blocking, you're also moving. It's like, in case I miss the block, I don't want to get hit, so I'm moving myself out of the way.
Yeah.
But I'm also and he's just like, no, I'm gonna block it.
Yeah.
I'm unmovable.
He put all of his stats into defense.
He's also just great.
Yeah. Great line delivery.
Huge bummer.
He's got good, like, facial reaction and animation and his expressionism, and when he is delivering lines or
It's
even
also just
reacting.
nice within the show to have a antagonist that's somewhat honorable.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, a lot of historically in the movies, Star Wars is pretty black and white. It's nice to have something.
I'm
in
the
middle.
bad guy,
Yeah.
mustache twist.
Right. Like it's nice to have somebody like him who you're kind of like, yeah, he's the antagonist, but like if he were to flip, it wouldn't surprise me. I'd be like, okay, he's making the decision that fits with what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
He's, that's not always been the case. So it's just nice.
I think I know. My prediction is that the girl kills him.
Mm.
His apprentice. 2.
Can only be 2.
Because she was like seeing him kind of just talk to Sabine, and I was like,
Yeah, you could see her face was like a very much
like she
"You're
looks like
betraying
she's just
me."
out for blood.
Yeah. I am really curious about her story though. Like,
She's on the way to
hope we get
Sithhood.
Get
or whatever.
more
Her eyes gonna
of her
turn yellow.
backstory.
Yeah, her
in
eyes
the
will be
next-
yellow. That's exactly right.
The next couple episodes. So
And of course, I guess we don't need to say it because I don't know what the spoiler situation is, but just the way the episode ends had me
Yeah.
giggling like a little kid again.
Yep. Yeah. It's It's pretty cool. I think
I'm
it's
curious
one of
how,
those
like-
things a lot of people don't understand completely, and even I, having seen Rebels, don't fully comprehend what that is.
And I hope they never fully explain it.
And that's okay. We're right. It was just funny getting on Twitter the next day and just all the like
Arguing about it.
yeah. I'm like, okay, that doesn't seem, it's not that.
There's
big.
only probably 2 people that know, and it's Dave Filoni and kind of George Lucas. When Filoni explained it to George Lucas,
Right.
He's like, "This is my interpretation of how this thing works," and Lucas is like, "Okay," as he rolled around in his $4 billion in cash.
Yeah.
Million? You mean billion?
Billion. Oh, the rest is in the bank. He
Yeah,
just
yeah,
got a loan
billion.
for rolling
Just
around.
the 4 million just for the bathtub.
Yeah.
This is mattress. Yeah, no, I think where the episode leaves off is super interesting.
Yeah.
You might have to just go watch that arc in Rebels where they're at now. Just to kind of see how it worked in the past. Because we've been there.
Yeah, I just watched Dave Filoni explain it.
Oh, the interview we had.
It's like, I don't need to go watch a TV
Yeah.
show. I'll just watch Filoni explain it and call it good.
That's a good video.
Yeah. All right, so we're all pretty high on Ahsoka. Excited for this next episode.
Better than I expected it to be, which is really refreshing. Considering Disney Plus has
I'm still super
not done
nervous.
well.
They've done better with Star Wars though.
I would say
It's
Star
like
Wars
only
is,
Mando
yeah.
season 3 is actually bad.
Boba Fett.
You're right. I forgot about it.
They had 2 back.
Thank you for reminding me about Boba Fett.
They had 2 back to back, and for me, like Mando season 2 was not great. It had good moments, but it wasn't great, and so like Andor was that first like glimpse of like, okay, yes.
Glimpse
Well,
of
no.
hope.
Visions has always been my like.
Visions doesn't count. It's not canon. Visions is awesome, but
yeah. So
We're talking about live action.
anyway,
stuff.
when does Vision season 3 come out? What's going on?
ain't nobody better be hating on Vision. News.
Less stop motion.
Okay, Luke doesn't like one particular.
We had like 4 episodes of stop motion last season in Visions. So let's get into let's do more anime stuff this next season.
I bet there's more cooking.
Let them
It's in the oven.
let them cook.
Let them cook. Oh, that was a trailer we didn't mention earlier. Chicken Run 2.
There's a Chicken Run 2.
Yeah.
Netflix is doing it.
Yeah.
I might cancel Netflix.
It's Chicken Run 2, Birth of the Nugget, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what it's called? Yeah.
Or the Birth of the Nugget, or like Dawn of the Nugget?
Dawn
or
of the
something?
Nugget?
I don't know.
Something like that.
Something
Something
with
about,
the nug-
yeah,
something with
something about
chicken
nuggets. Yeah.
Why? Okay, I'm happy for all of you guys. It's great. Have fun. I'll watch the crappy Pain Hustlers movie. You guys can watch the crappy Chicken Run 2 movie.
Oh, I'm not excited for Chicken Run. I just think it's funny how much you hate stop motion.
Yeah, it makes me happy how much you hate that.
Well,
what are the news we got?
The first news story is that Ahsoka is episode 5 will be in theaters this week. If you're lucky enough to live in a city where it's being shown, highly recommend going and seeing it so we can get more stuff like this. This is cool. Also, just really gets me fired up for what this week holds. That's tomorrow, right? They come out Tuesday night.
Tuesdays, yep.
At like 8 or something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. So that's cool.
Boy, howdy, I'm on Starfield. 8 o'clock hits.
Take a
Chuck
break.
that controller across the room. I put on Ahsoka.
I have 2 other things. The first thing, relevant because we're watching football.
Mm-hmm.
A documentary about Damar Hamlin and his recovery from his on-field incident is in the works. This is over on The Hollywood Reporter. I think this will be super interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I definitely plan to watch it wherever it is. That is one of the craziest stories, and I'm very curious to hear more about it.
Is he playing right now?
He's inactive tonight. They just showed him a
okay.
second ago. And then the other thing, we know Tarantino's final movie is called The Movie Critic, and it's complete in terms of writing and things like that. So, at least first drafts. And the rumor is Paul Walter Hauser is being offered the lead role for it.
Fantastic choice.
So that's really cool. I hope he accepts it. This was all before the strikes.
Dude,
so
what if the movie that Tarantino makes and it sucks is The Movie Critic?
that'd be pretty
Is that
funny.
irony?
That'd be pretty funny. But no, I mean, I saw that headline and I was like, I would love to see Paul Walter Hauser in a Tarantino movie.
Mm-hmm.
Be a really fun kind of a pairing I wouldn't have expected. I don't
Mhm.
think.
And obviously Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes, and Leo and all the other people that are going to come out of the woodworks to be in this one in
The
small
last
roles.
one,
Yeah.
yeah.
So
It's also weird just right now because of the strikes. You see
Yeah.
like a rumored cast, you're just like,
is that real
Is that-
though? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
is it
it's
real?
It's
Because
hard
they're
to
not
know.
talking.
No. Yeah, they're
And
not.
it's like, but you also don't know when
when it was.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but no, I'm excited for this movie. I'm very curious. I mean, if it truly is his final movie, like I'm very curious to see what it is.
It'll be his final movie, and then he'll come back in 10 years. He'll do like Michael Mann. He's like, 10 years? No, he's coming out with Ferrari or whatever.
Right.
He'll be like, I'm back.
Better
The
he'll
11th
do like a
movie.
TV show or something.
I'd be interested to see something of his a little more long form. Don't know what that would be like, but I feel like that could be
Podcast?
pretty unique.
Audio podcast?
Unique, yeah. Quentin Tarantino radio podcast. Oh,
Welcome
boy.
to the Quentin Tarantino
Oh, boy.
radio show on BBC.
Well, Tyler, you mentioned the strikes.
Yep.
They're ongoing. I think we're like 20 weeks into the writer's strike. Actor strike significantly less than that, but a number of things just to kind of like. I think a couple of these news stories like just really struck me as like clearly there's like the discrepancy is bigger than we think, I guess. And it was things like Steven Spielberg and Kate Capshaw donate more than $1 million to those affected by the WGA and SAG-AFTRA strikes.
And didn't Dwayne Johnson do that like a few weeks back or
Yep,
something like that?
yep.
Like he donated
Greg
a bunch of money?
Berlanti commits $500,000 to strike relief fund to support.
Berlanti got money like that?
So like
Arrowverse was paying big time.
he made like 8
Ryan
shows.
Murphy
Shit.
launches a $500,000 strike fund. I think it just goes to show like there clearly is there's a pay discrepancy there. Yes, the Chris Pratts probably get way too much money, but there are hundreds and thousands of actors who work their butts off and can't make enough to have health insurance through their union. And if individuals during a strike can like help get them through that, then I think that there's just no excuse at this point, I think, for the studios to not. I mean, at this point, they're I don't know what the studio's end game is at this point.
I don't think they do either.
I don't get it. The other kind of tangentially related news is that Warner Brothers and I want to say NBC Universal have dropped a bunch of like first look deals, like are basically saying like these are suspended. So like Warner Brothers and Bad Robot. That's
It's okay, nothing came out of it anyway.
well, no, but you're not wrong. Greg Berlanti, Chuck Lorre, Lorne Michaels, Dwayne Johnson, like all these deals are essentially being canceled because nothing's getting made.
Yeah.
And that's not good for anyone in the business. So like I don't know.
Here's the thing.
It's disheartening.
So I'm going to compare this to football right now
Mhm.
because as a Chiefs fan, we've had a player on holdout because he wanted a raise.
Yeah.
They paid him today, and so he's going to be back. And he didn't play in the Chiefs opening game. That's why I'm saying he. It's Chris Jones. Like, oh, it's a mystery. And like I think the Chiefs defense played good, but you see it without him,
Yeah.
and it's like, wow, they could be really good if we get in our best player.
Yeah.
And I think eventually movie studios are going to do the same thing. They're going to see a bunch of crap movies come out. Everybody's going to go, these are crap. And they're going to be like, oh yeah, we can just pay our employees fairly. And we can get good movies again. And then tide starts rising.
Yeah.
It's unfortunately that's probably just what it's going to take.
Yeah.
It takes a holdout or a strike.
Yep.
So
there's a reason strikes exist.
And there's a reason they're effective. So.
But can you imagine? This is even something I just did in like Starfield. Like one of the things we were going was like, if you do this, you will get so much goodwill from the people that buy your product. This is a storyline I did in Starfield, a video game. And if they just went to the, what are they called? AMG, the strikers. If they went to SAG or they went to the WGA and they're just like, you know what? We agree. Boom, you're making movies, and then probably the rest follow suit, and everybody goes, you know what? Good job. You did the right thing. Let's go make movies. Guess what? Start making money. You're going to make $50 billion. Just like you did last year. Business actually isn't that complicated. IMO.
I think we need Luke to run a Midwest movie studio. Let's make it happen.
I'll just run yours.
Okay, cool.
We agree to the deal. We can't afford it. We actually can't. We have no money.
Turner paid me today.
Hey!
That's cool. So they're paying somebody.
They're paying somebody.
Well, you're not a writer or a screen actor.
You're not a part of a union, so they can pay you.
It's true.
Want to unionize?
Independent contractor.
Tyler, did you have another piece of news?
Nope, that was it.
Okay, Luke, did you have any more news?
I do have news.
All right, hit me.
And it's funny because this has been long rumored, but it's definitely not what people think it is. I guess until it eventually is. But it was reported that there's PR firms that are paying Rotten Tomatoes for positive reviews for their movies. Obviously, everybody's head went straight to Marvel and DC. And
not the case.
The movies that was mentioned, that was not the case. They were talking about the Hamlet movie, Ophelia, from like 5 years ago. The one with Daisy Ridley. They were paying $50 to people to give positive reviews.
Per review,
Yeah.
That is such a weird price. And I'm available. I'll take $50. No.
Hey,
$51 per people that have listened. You get $13 for that review. But no, I just like people always be like Rotten Tomatoes, people pay for reviews, and it's like you can kind of say that.
Yeah. How much of it's being done and not being spoken about.
This is so weird.
Yep.
Anyway, now every movie that comes out, they paid for that.
Absolutely.
Or it's horrible, and they're like, they should have paid for it.
Well, and it's kind of like the whole, like the thing you've seen a lot too lately is like the influencers who go to screenings and then come out of it and they like rave about a movie. Like the Gran Turismo influencer people, right? Like
Josh Allen be throwing picks.
It's similar. Did he throw another one?
Yeah.
That's not good. I have him in fantasy in the league, and I'm only up by 1 point. Definitely not a mistake.
Sorry,
tonight,
keep going.
Yeah, tonight. Overall, he'll be fine.
Just want fine?
Yeah, that's all I need. The rest of my team's good enough. I just need him to be serviceable. I don't need him to change the world.
Anyway, paying for reviews.
But like you see, like the influencer showings and stuff like that. Like generally, the responses coming out of those are like, "It's so good." Blah, blah, blah.
The CGI was incredible.
It's just people who are getting to go because of their reach, more than it is they're people who actually care about these things.
Yeah.
So it's more of that, just a different skin on it.
Yeah.
So.
The last piece of news I have was that Ubisoft's X Defiant was rejected by PlayStation and Xbox for certification. So apparently it was going to launch in September. And
would you like to guess as to why it was rejected?
Tell me why.
Does it say why?
Is it a bad game?
No,
that's why.
It's not a bad game.
They're like, this sucks.
I don't know what this game is. Why. It's a free-to-play first-person shooter. Do you know why, Tyler?
I could probably just guess that.
This game is very much an an attempt at stepping on COD's toes.
Mm-hmm.
And judging by the way Xbox and PlayStation feel about Call of Duty, I'm sure they're not too happy about this. I've played this game.
So you think there's a conspiracy here?
Yes.
They were paid $50.
Yeah, they're $50 to deny it.
The certification guys are just like waiting for that check to clear. Denied.
I am
denied.
I'm guessing what it is they're kind of alluding to it here. They were trying to like drop it way too fast without enough of a heads up, like a buffer window or whatever. It's probably all semantics, but of course it's IGN. They're just going after the headline. But I got into a playtest for this game actually. It's pretty cool.
Nice.
It's all like the Ubisoft world characters put into like a shooter,
and
it's like it feels like kind of old school Call of Duty-esque, with like some Overwatch style of abilities that are like within the Tom Clancy realm kind of.
Yeah.
So one of the characters gets like a pulse from the Division, so you can see enemies for 10 seconds. Or
classic.
One person has like a cloak. It's, I don't know,
pretty standard stuff. Nothing
be a wizard.
Crazy special, but
no. It's a Splinter Cell.
Any opportunity they have to get on a piece of the free to
play
pie.
But it's not bad. It doesn't feel as good as obviously a AAA shooter that's got a ton of money on it, but it doesn't feel bad.
I mean, the question is, will it last?
I don't know. Ubisoft's foray into the free-to-play has not gone well to this point. So I don't know. But what I played of it, I thought it was pretty fun.
Cool.
So.
All right. We can talk weekly updates. I honestly don't have anything other than Starfield. So if you guys did anything else, you can wrap us up with what you did.
I can very quickly go. Watch the first episode of Only Murders in the Building with Dana.
Like the first season?
Yes. I've never watched the show.
Good show.
You guys have talked about it. Watched the first episode. I liked it a lot. Like, man, pretty good. And then still watching The Expanse. That show is awesome.
Yep.
Highly
you watch it and you're like,
recommend.
Starfield.
Well, so like that's kind of the problem, right? Is like I have to choose. Do I want
You're
to
like,
The
I
Expanse?
could just do this.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. But like, I'm halfway through season 1 right now. I think really like it. Mm-hmm. It's good. I've been pretty impressed, especially for a show that was on Sci-Fi.
Yeah,
it's really good. Mm-hmm. Like the quality of the show is way better than you would expect.
Yeah, it's like Battlestar Galactica and Expanse, and then it's like
everything else. Yeah, Krypton was okay for the first season.
It's a good moment.
Yeah, I thought the first season of that show was actually pretty good. Mm-hmm. And it kind of just, did what every DC
it also got canceled.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. It got canned after, season 2, right?
Yes.
Yeah. But, no. The Expanse is awesome. Absolutely worth your time.
Cool. Luke?
Just be on that Bond train, man.
Oh, yeah. Which ones did you watch this week?
Burning the Midnight Oil with James Bond. I watched all 4. Yeah. Pierce Brosnan ones.
Mm-hmm.
Those are like the
GoldenEye,
Tomorrow
Never Dies, The World's Not Enough, and Die Another Day.
Yeah.
Okay. I think those first 3, I guess not GoldenEye, because most people like GoldenEye, but Tomorrow Never Dies and World's Not Enough, while they're not great, I think they're super underrated.
I like both of them. I think it may be because I was like, I don't know when they came out. I was like late middle school, maybe. No, I wouldn't have been in high school yet. They were like, my grandpa had them on like VHS, and we'd watch them in like the RV type of thing.
Yeah.
And for whatever reason, like I have such a fondness for those two.
Like Michelle Yeoh as the Bond girl might be the best casting in all of Bond.
It's great.
I forget about that, and then she shows up, and it's just like, I like this movie just because she's in it.
Dude,
and
I loved the game that came out.
Yeah.
It's not good, but I loved playing it.
And like The World Is Not Enough, honestly, I feel like outside of some just not good acting, it's actually pretty good. It's an interesting villain, which is a lot different.
Mm-hmm.
And I really like that one. It's like, I don't know if it's in, I don't remember where I put it in my list, but I like it. Die Another Day is garbage. I've said that multiple times. That movie's hilarious because of like just how far off the reservation they go with it. Every single line is a pun. It unfortunately came out in the age of look what we can do with computers now, and it just does not look good.
Yeah.
Like, there's a fight scene where Halle Berry's chained up, and there's just all these lasers going around, and it's just like, this would be hard to do now. Like, just storyboarding that and telling what you want the CG artists to do.
Yeah.
It's like, and they did it back in whenever it came out. It's like, oh my gosh, this is rough, but it also has the worst Bond song, Madonna's.
Oh.
I want to die, another day, want me with your body. It's like, literally once I want to vomit when I listen to that song. But yeah, that's the bottom of the Bond in my opinion. I still think it's fun. But it's not a good movie.
Yeah.
But it's time for the Daniel Craig movies. So I'm super excited. I'm actually gonna be paying attention to all these ones. I'm always kind of doing other stuff when I'm watching the other ones. It's like, no. Especially Casino Royale is next, and I'm just like, yes, I freaking love this movie, bro.
Such a good movie.
It's awesome.
It's great.
Oh my gosh. Real quick over in the chat, Baroque says, my weekly update is that I spent last weekend fighting a losing battle against the Mexican sun.
Make sure you get some
aloe.
Aloe vera.
Get some aloe on those burns, man. And then Game Lord Nick says that his update is that he's almost to episode 400 in the Naruto Shippuden.
Man,
Boy, commitment.
I was still in season 1 of that. Episode 30 of 100 of season 1. I don't know.
Golly.
I really like that show, and there's just so much other things to watch that you just forget about it.
Yeah.
Man, but it was good. I think I got a fanbox question about Bond.
Oh, did we get a fanbox question? Was it over on Twitter / I guess it's called X now.
Gross.
No, it's Twitter.
On Twitter. I had so many notifications. Something was going on. Sure. I was on a Twitter hiatus. I still am.
But you signed into the fanboy account?
Yeah. Oh, and I saw 20 messages and 20 notifications.
Trevor, my co-host for the Deconstructing the MCU podcast, was trying to, talk with you about Bond, and you just ignored him.
I needed a Twitter break. And
That's
I'm
fair.
still going to continue Twitter break because it's been really good. And I recommend it highly. Favorite Bond intro songs. Die Another Day, obviously. No.
Wait, did we not talk about that last week?
Favorite Bond intro songs? No?
No, we talked about best titles.
Yeah.
Yes, true.
Here, let me find... Oh, you wanted to know why we didn't bring up Moonraker. Because it's not a good title.
It's a compelling title, but I agree. I don't think it's a good... I don't think it's that good of a Bond title.
No, I don't like it. The best Bond song is Live and Let Die and Skyfall.
Skyfall's the best one.
I'd say. I know less of the Bond songs. They're hard to remember because, honestly, I'd say most of them are
Skyfall's the Adele one?
Yeah.
That one.
No Time to Die was good.
I
honestly, all the Craig ones are good.
I was going to say, You Know My Name from Casino Royale.
Mm-hmm. I think that's the only upbeat one from the Craig movies.
It's so good.
I think I'm more compelled by even who did songs. Duran Duran has a Bond song.
Mm-hmm.
It's you just don't expect that.
Who's doing the next
GoldenEye
one?
was Tina Turner.
Yeah. Which one was Tina Turner?
GoldenEye.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not in the beginning of the movie, which is super weird, but I really like From Russia with Love's closing song, which is From Russia with Love.
I
just love Bond. Starting over.
I have 2 Bond books to read soon.
Are they Horowitz?
Mhm.
Both of them?
Yeah.
He's written 3 now?
He's written 3. Officially part of the...
What are the titles for his other 2?
So the first one's Forever and a Day, which is like the prequel.
Mhm.
And then he has one called Trigger Mortis. Yeah, that one's not great. And then the
It's
last...
a gun pun for death. I get it.
It takes place, he has to go undercover as a race car driver. At
Interesting.
yeah, it's weird. And then his newest one is called With a Mind to Kill.
Okay, I like that one.
That one. Yeah.
Trigger Mortis, not a fan.
Forever and a Day is good, though.
Forever and a
Forever
Day
and a Day.
and what was it? Mind to Kill?
With a Mind to Kill.
Both good. Really
Yeah.
good.
Approved. They have the fanboy stamp of approval.
He's the only person who, like, I guess the Fleming estate has given permission to write more than one. So
That's awesome.
yeah.
Doing something right.
Dude, I cannot wait until we get the next Bond movie. I'm so just interested in who they cast and
Who
Who
directs?
directs.
And,
Yeah.
Who does
who
the
does a song.
Yeah.
Even what's the title? Moonraker 2.
Electric Boogaloo.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, that's been our James Bond talk for the evening.
I'll be back next week.
I want to. Yeah. We're gonna. You'll have to talk about the Daniel Craig one. So, thank you for listening. Thank you for hanging out with us here on Twitch Monday nights 8 p.m. Central. If you're watching on YouTube, you're just listening via the podcast. Thank you so much. You can always write us your own Fanbox question over on Twitter, Instagram, or you can email us at whatthefanboy@gmail.com. Until next week, when we actually will be reviewing a movie. At least I'm going to go see A Haunting in Venice, so
Is that the only thing that comes out?
it's going to be happening. Maybe.
I might go see it with you.
Luke might. I'll drag him. But we will have a movie review next week, I promise. Until then, see ya!
Goodbye.